The plan is set, the weapon is chosen. Now Iago pulls the trigger, and he doesn't just knock on the door, he sounds the city alarm. He transforms a private marriage into a public crime scene, and in doing so, he shows us the true power of a lie told with absolute conviction. Welcome to the aftermath. This is video 8, and the plot is now in motion. We have moved from conspiracy to action. Lines 75 to 86 show Iago executing his plan with brutal efficiency using noise, chaos, and the language of civic emergency to weaponize Brabantio's parental or paternal fear. Watch how a master manipulator creates a crisis from the thin air. Here is her father's house. I'll call aloud. So this is an utterance by Rodrigo. This can be connected with the situation of the context. By now, Iago and Rodrigo both have arrived to Brabantio's house, and they are in front of the house, and now they are going to call out for him, and this is the night time. Okay, let's move on. In here, Iago's final instruction to Rodrigo isn't about what to say, but how to sound. He's directing a performance right here. Do with like timorous accent and a dire yell, as when by night and negligence the fire is spied in populous cities. Okay, let's dive into these lines word by word. Do with like timorous accent. Timorous means deadly, rough, and a terrible accent. And dire yell. Dire means unpleasant, right? Don't make it pleasant. Yell, yell out, right? Sound dreadfully. And also he says now in together this is simile, right? Like timorous accent. Timorous accent and dire yell. It means in whole a terrified tone and a dreadful shout. You can imagine what it could be like, okay? Now, here he wants not only to panic Brabantio but also to panic the whole city and make a city fire. Why is that? Because a fire is an uncontrollable public emergency that demands immediate collective action, right? He's not reporting a daughter's elopement, he's creating a civic disaster right here. This frames Desdemona not as a woman who can choose love, but as a property under threat, triggering a primal protective response. Okay. Okay, so in here you can take fire as a symbol which symbolizes this civic disaster that is going to be happen right here, and also the insulting rumor, how Iago is trying to make other people aware about this incident, right? So all this symbolized by the fire, and also you can take the dramatic nature as a technique in this context right here, because Iago is instructing Rodrigo to shout aloud uh, and to neglect Brabantio, so it is very dramatic. Okay. Okay, then Rodrigo, the eager pawn, follows the script. What ho, Brabantio, Signo Brabantio, ho. Now, here this is so dramatic because he is shouting loud, and you can see how the word ho, the usage of punctuation marks, the comma, exclamation marks, right? So, everything is included here very effectively. A conventional if urgent call, but it's Iago who escalates it into theatre. Awake! What ho, Brabantio! Thieves, thieves, thieves! Look to your house, your daughter, and your bags. thieves, thieves. Now let's analyze this. Awake is a command, it's with an exclamation mark. Thieves are repeatedly used in four times, right? You can see it four times here. It's a sonic weapon in this context. And look at what he links together: your house, your daughter, and your bags. In one breath, he equates Desdemona with material possessions, the house, and the money bags. He reduces her to stolen goods. This is the insult at the heart of the alarm. Othello isn't a husband, he is a burglar. Burglar, right? Sorry. Okay, then what will happen next? The target appears confused and vulnerable. Who is this target? Of course, Brabantio. Okay, now Brabantio is above, on top of the house, right? What's the reason? Sorry, before that. There's a stage direction. I told you in Shakespearean drama we can see only enter and exit. So it's a special feature. You can mention if you're listing down the techniques, okay? What is the reason of this terrible summons? Okay, now he questions why? Why this sound, right? What is the matter there? Okay, now literary and socially, in both of the way, Barbancio is above, right? He's woken from sleep and now disoriented, right? He don't know what's going on here. His questions are reasonable, of course, right? So what is the matter there? Why this terrible noise? Now he has no idea he's already stepping into Iago's stacked crime scene. So that is the, you know what, fate or something like that, right? Fate. And who is the creator? You know who he is. Okay. Rodrigo and Iago begin their good cop, bad cop routine, finding the concern to deepen the fear, right? Signo, is all your family within? Are your doors locked? Okay. These are the answers. They are more frightening questions. Is your family safe? Are your doors locked? They imply an external violent threat is already at hand, making Brabantio audit his own security in a panic. It's psychological priming, right? So completely dramatic, and also there's a psychology touch here. Why, wherefore ask you this? Now, already Brabantio's confusion is complete. Why are you asking me this? Right? Are your doors closed? Is your family safe? Why are you asking me this? He's now fully engaged, fearful and desperate for the answer they are carefully withholding. The trap is sprung. Okay, why this scene is a masterclass in manipulation? It's because this micro scene demonstrates Iago's genius as a tactician. Okay, I will list down the reasons one by one. Let's take the first reason. This is control of narration. He defines the event before anyone can question it. It's not a marriage, it's a theft, right? So he has already defined it. It's not about a marriage but a theft. Second, control of scale. He makes a private matter a public, roaring emergency. Third, control of emotions. He uses fear, okay, fear of fire, fear of thieves, to bypass reason and trigger Brabantio's most reactive instincts. Last on, theoretically, and the theatricality. Iago is a playwright and a director. He scripts the lines, dire yell, casts the rose, Rodrigo as the concerned citizen, himself as the alarmist, and stages the scene. Brabantio at the window like a character on a balcony, right? So this is his play, and he is the director. This is Iago's art form, the reality milking. He doesn't just lie, he constructs a new terrifying reality that others are forced to inhabit. He is the one with the control. He decides what others should do. And now, with Brabantio hooked, terrified, and begging for an answer, Iago holds all the power. The next move is the cruelest yet it is to deliver the news. In our next video, Iago will twist the knife. He will reveal the thief not with a name at first, but with dehumanizing, racialized descriptions. He will force Brabantio to confront his deepest prejudices and fears. The alarm has been raised. Now comes the specific poisonous accusation. If you're seeing how Shakespeare builds tension like a thriller writer, hit like. Subscribe to LitLoom so you don't miss the moment the accusation lands. Thanks for watching. Remember, the most dangerous stories are the ones told with total conviction.